Hi, good morning everybody. Welcome to this beautiful new day. And you're 7 o'clock, or actually it's gone past 7. 7 a.m. meditation. I don't know how many of you are up at this time on a Saturday morning actually. Guess I'll find out. So hopefully the sound is working. I can see somebody's watching. Could you let me know? I can't see who you are, but could you let me know if the sound's working? Just a simple yes, the sound's working would be really helpful. So good morning everybody. I hope that the sound is okay. There's always a few seconds at the beginning now it seems where it might not work so well. Thank you. Thanks for letting me know. Great. Brilliant. Thanks, Heather. So good morning everybody. I hope you're all rested and ready to welcome in this day, this moment. And as usual, I don't know what I'm going to say. So yesterday was quite a surprise. Let's see what happens. So we're going to do some meditation. So we'll start by breathing into our bellies. Take some deep breaths all the way down. And as you breathe into your belly, push your belly out. And as you breathe in, pull your belly in. So breathing in, push the belly out. Breathing out, bring the belly in. And we're just going to connect with our breath and start to feel what's going on in our bodies. What's happening inside of us. So just allow your attention to settle and bring yourself here now, focusing on the body and the breath. And the breath is just happening really easily and effortlessly. And the breath is our gift. It's life's gift to us. It keeps us sustained. And notice as we breathe in and breathe out that we are existing in between the breath. We're not the out breath, we're not the in breath, we're somewhere in between. And the entire body is just functioning of its own accord, with its highest and its own intelligence, the intelligence that runs through all life, is making sure that our bodies are working to the full capacity and in a balanced way. So meditation doesn't actually have to be sitting still. Meditation can be done in many ways. It can be done with everything with all actions. So every action can be a meditation. So there's a concept that we need to sit with our eyes closed and not think of anything. And I'm sure if you sit with your eyes closed, you'll notice that the whole trying to not think of anything is thinking of lots of things. So many people sort of sit there and they try and push away all these thoughts and all these feelings and anything that might be going on with them. But actually all that's required is to actually be with whatever's happening. So if you're making a cup of tea, you give all your attention to making the cup of tea, to boiling the water, to pouring it into the cup, putting the tea bag in, and you just bring all your attention and focus to that one thing that you are doing in that moment. Running can be a meditation. Whatever you're giving your full attention to, running a bath, making a breakfast, eating, being here now, watching this, in itself is a meditation. You're giving yourself space. You're giving yourself this moment. And ultimately, life is a meditation. Life is one eternal moment of meditation. And when we meditate is actually a self-hypnosis, and it's to hypnotize ourselves against the hypnosis and insanity that is going on in society and the world around us. So we can be in the world but not of it, and we can be in our power but not consumed by all the forms of control that exist around us, and the media and a whole bunch of other stuff. I'm sure many of you know what I'm talking about, because as we awaken to true reality, truth, we begin to see that the world that we perceived before, that felt was real, no longer satisfies us. You know, we don't want to follow those urges of, you know, getting this, that and the other outside of ourselves to make ourselves happy. You know, we realise that no amount of moisturiser, as an example, or cars or houses or anything like that is actually going to bring us happiness, because ultimately the happiness has to come from within. It has to manifest itself within us, and if it's dependent on anything outside of us, anything that society can give us or the magazines can give us, or, you know, then it's dependent on something, which means that it's not sustainable. And when I talk about happiness, I don't mean jumping around constantly with a big smile on your face, because everybody is human and everybody is feeling so many different types of emotions and sensations, as we are always negotiating the environment that we're in. So all these sensations and feelings that we're feeling, they're always going to be happening. What I mean by happiness is actually a deep inner contentment where whatever's going on outside, whatever chaos is presenting itself, or whatever challenges are presenting themselves, or whatever relationship difficulties, all sorts of things that can present themselves, because of course life really is a mystery and we never know what's coming up. We still remain in a space of contentment and peace, and that underlies everything. We're fully aware of that space, so nothing is pushing us one way or the other. We're not having extreme kind of experiences, and we're seeing and noticing that whatever comes up is not touching that essence, the truth of who we are. You know, because that always remains intact and perfect, because it's an eternal aspect of us. It's the multi-dimensional eternal aspect of what and who we are. So everything in life can be a meditation. It's really the intention that we give it, and the not only the intention but the attention. Because where we focus our energy, we have the ability to shift things. Just the very act of us perceiving something is changing something. And in every moment, we are open to billions of possibilities. There's so many possibilities of life, depending on where we move our attention and our intention and our bodies and the actions that we take. And something that I've learned over the years is to really follow. If we can't make a decision about something, and it's really important to just sit with it and allow the situation to unfold in its own perfect way. Often we think we need to force something or push something or, make something happen. And quite often if we just sit back in full awareness in our truth, in our body, and be completely here, then the truth will reveal itself, and whatever that challenge or decision is, it will unravel itself quite easily and effortlessly. So often we find a lot of what we've been taught about life and how we can be in this experience is often quite the opposite. So we don't need to push and strive. Yes, it's great to take action. It's good to have goals to a certain extent, but life will do its thing. We can have all kinds of goals, we can make all sorts of plans, but life is the higher intelligence, and that higher intelligence is working for all of us. Not just me and what I want, or you and what you want, but what everybody needs and what everybody wants. Mostly what we need. Often it's about life bringing us what we need, and that might look a little different to what we think we want. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining me this morning. Good morning, Murray and Heather and Atik. It's nice to have you here. So, making space for ourselves each morning is so important. I've noticed just from these last few days that actually my reasons for getting up, if you like, usually it's quite different reasons for getting up in the morning, but recently it's been very much about meditation and putting my meditation space and this space for me first. And I know in doing that, I'm encouraging you guys out there to do the same, and it's so powerful. It really puts us in a space of power and connection and peace and contentment, and then we move through our day. We move through this day from a place of empowerment. We've given ourselves the time that we need, the attention that we need. And all of this, of course, is very self-caring, so it's showing ourselves love. And I know that there's a lot of stuff that's bandied about loving the self, and what can we do to love ourselves and how can we take care of ourselves. But actually, this right now is loving yourself, being here, giving yourself this time and quietness and space is being loving, because so many people spend their day rushing about from A to B to C with no time for themselves. And of course that causes stress in the body, which can can create, an imbalance in the body's hormones and create stress, and then the stress can present itself in many different ways. And again, this rushing about trying to achieve something, I mean, if we try to do anything, we're not actually doing it, If I try to pick up this candle, I'll pick it up and I'll show you what I mean. If I try to pick up the candle, I'm not actually doing anything. There's no action happening. So I either pick it up or I don't. There's nothing, there's nothing else. So when we sort of feel that something isn't right as well, there's this kind of, we might get into a space where I don't tend to do this, but I know people do this, and they sort of go on about the same thing, and we have a choice, and it's either we do something different or we don't, and we stop complaining about it, because there's always a gift in everything that's happening. Nothing's ever wasted, no matter how big or small things might seem. There's never any waste. It's all happening on purpose, with purpose, through the highest possible intelligence. And the highest possible intelligence that exists is exactly what we are. It runs through everything, and it's running through us in this moment. It's our Kundalini, it's our life force energy, our chi, our ki. It's the ki in Reiki, it's the chi in Tai Chi. And that life force energy is the breath, it's everything, and it fills all of our cells. And it moves through us into our lives, and this is how we create. We are creators, and we are creating our lives with our attention. Morning, Lisa! Great! We are creating our lives with our attention and our focus. And there have been some experiments. I'm no good at remembering what experiments, but I've seen some stuff on here and on Facebook about experiments that have been done on making choices in life, and it seems that our bodies already know the choice before we have decided. So there is something much bigger going on here. And there are no coincidences. I think I mentioned this yesterday. Everything is synchronistically happening. All our meetings, all our friends. If you want to know some information about something, then it will find its way to you. All you have to do is be willing to be open and observe, and it will come to you. So I've shared quite a lot again. I do like sharing. And let's just close our eyes and bring all that energy right here to the body. Feel the life force that you are. Feel the aliveness in your body. Morning, Angela. Can someone just let me know if the sound's still okay? That'd be great. Thank you. So feeling the aliveness in our bodies. Feeling our cells. Feeling the energy that's now pulsating around us, within us. And if you tune into that energy, you start to notice that it's not just you, but everything is moving with the beat of your heart. Everything is moving with your breath. As you breathe in, you're breathing it in the room and everything around you. There's this connection, this deep connection that's happening between your body and your spirit and your mind and this experience. And it's not separate. You're not separate, it's not separate, it's all one and the same thing. This experience is you, you are this experience. And what we perceive outside of us is coming from inside. The very fact that we can see it is the way that we are interpreting it from what the place of wisdom, our place of understanding, our beliefs, our conditionings, our truth. And this is why as we awaken, everything starts to look different. And yet in one way there are no changes, and then in other ways there are many, many changes. And that shift continues to happen as we grow and expand. And really, when you breathe in, just feel the fact that you're breathing the entire universe into your system. And that when you look through your eyes, you are looking at the eyes from the perspective of the entire universe. Because you are that. And everyone that shows up in your life is doing so with a purpose. They're here to help you see the parts of yourself that maybe you don't want to look at, that maybe you don't want to acknowledge. They're also here to show you the parts of yourself that are magnificent and wonderful and beautiful and challenging, and most of all, they're here to help you love those parts. And some people come into our lives for a long time, and some people come into our lives for short periods of time, days or months, or it can be years. And as we grow, our frequencies change. As we awaken, our frequency changes, and so what we attract into our lives by being the vibration that we are, the chi that we are, changes, so the people around us and the experiences around us shift too in accordance with that. And we are creating that. It's coming from within us. You know that if you feel angry, then often the anger, if we're carrying it around and we're not expressing it, then it shows up. We experience it around us in different forms, through other people, through incidents that happen. And the same when we are in a space of love, when we're really connected to the love within our being and the love within our hearts, and we just feel that expansive loving that's exuding from our bodies, then it shows up. Everybody is loving towards us. And when we put loving boundaries in place, and we don't accept, we only accept what is loving for us and respectful for us, then that's how people begin to treat us. And the more we shift that boundary up, the higher our expectation, the higher the receiving. And of course there is always this balance of giving and receiving, this infinite flow. It's like a figure of eight, you know, an eternal figure of eight, this giving and receiving and giving and receiving. And it's not that we need to give to receive, we can just give from the goodness of our hearts and the love that we feel for ourselves and others. Because the other thing is, when we give to the other, we are giving to ourselves ultimately, because there's no separation. As we are one. And right now I'm talking to you guys, and we are having a conversation with ourselves. I'm a reflection of you. The very fact that I show up is because I'm in your awareness. Otherwise I just simply wouldn't be here. I'd be having this conversation with other people, and they would be listening. And you guys are a reflection of me and my experience. Wow, it's so deep, this stuff. It's quite an incredible experience that we have. It's just so beautiful that we all show up for each other so that we can know ourselves. Wow, so much gratitude for this. So let's really get into the silence now. Silence that's always here. That's the infinite creative energy. The Om, if you like. Morning, David. Morning, Srila. Morning, Claire. Morning, Suzanne. If you've just joined me, can't actually see who's how many people are here now, but that's okay. So closing your eyes again. Feel what's happening in your body. Tune into that aliveness, that energy, that frequency. And begin to notice the silence. Notice the quietness. Bring your attention to the silence. Feel its depth. Notice how it permeates everything. Notice how the silence is permeating everything. Your entire being, this entire space. Notice how the silence is moving through you. Notice how it has a sound. Is it really silent? Notice its power, its presence. And that silence is you. And with your breath, notice the silence pulsating through you. Breathing in and breathing everything in. notice the deepening of the connection with yourself and life with this. And this is it. This moment here is everything. It's not only your experience, it is you. Oh yes, this blessed moment is you. Everything in it. Breathing easily and effortlessly. Staying open, alert, aware, witnessing everything. What do you notice? What's happening? Tune into the beat of your heart. Feel it pulsating. That beat is the beat of the universe. That heart is the heart of the one. Your heart is connected with all the hearts. Wow. All hearts are connected. You can almost feel the heartbeat of the earth right now too. The vibration of the earth beating like the heartbeat within each one of us, pulsating, energizing, bringing aliveness, bringing truth, and bringing silence. And between the beats there is silence. I can't see my the time. Could somebody let me know what the time is, please? I'm just resting here in this, where all this magic is happening. Where all your your cells are dancing to the tune of the universe. Thank you, Lisa. Okay, this was quite a long one. So I'm going to let you all move into your day. Being love. Enjoy. Have a blessed, blessed day. Walk your truth. Walk your path. Be in your power. Thank you, Lisa, for that one. Be vulnerable. Be you. That's why you're here, to be you, the fullest you that you can be, because you're a divine, unique expression of this. Much, much love to you all. And anybody who would like to watch the replay, I'm going to post it now, so you guys haven't missed anything. You can watch it again as many times as you want to. Lots of love. I'm really feeling the love this morning. Thank you so much, everybody, for your beautiful connection. It just makes this whole Sangha so much more powerful, and what we create here goes out into the universe, goes out into the day. Thank you.